Right now, hot and humid weather today could turn into storms tomorrow. This as we check the latest drought monitor to see if conditions have improved. Also, a Sauk Prairie officer is now facing charges months after a hit and run involving a squad car. News 3 Now investigates, breaks down the case. And later, thousands of swimmers take their marks as the all-city swim meet kicks off in Madison. Welcome to News 3 Now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Eric has the night off. We begin with the weather where much of southern Wisconsin is under a heat advisory. Meanwhile, the multiple rainstorms we've seen have yet to make a dent in our drought conditions. The latest data from the U.S. Drought Monitor shows multiple counties, including Dane, are under an extreme drought. But an alert day has been declared for severe thunderstorms for tomorrow. And for more on that and the high temperatures, let's check the first warn forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano.
Thanks, Charlotte. The alert day is for the severe weather. I want to make sure everyone is aware of that. It is going to be hot tomorrow, but we do have actually 2 rounds of severe weather. So when you see the early and late Friday, we are going to get a break between the storms during the late morning and early afternoon. But hail, gusty winds, and some heavy rainfall will be the hazards. So the rainfall hopefully will put a little bit of a dent into the drought conditions. But before I talk more about that, I want to talk about the temperatures right now. 88 is the current temperature in Madison. Across the area, you know, the actual temperatures don't look too bad. And for the most part, we've only seen high temperatures in the lower 90s, but the dew points have been well into the 70s, even close to 80 at some points. And because of that, those heat index values have been pretty high. Now they are starting to drop. The heat advisory is in effect until 8 p.m. But earlier, pretty much everywhere west of Madison had heat index values above 100. Right now, there are only a few locations. Madison specifically has a heat index of 94. So it is getting better. And we certainly aren't alone when it comes to the heat. Excessive heat warnings and heat advisories across a lot of the Central Plains and Midwest. In general, though, we've actually been pretty tame compared to some other parts of the United States. And as I mentioned, that heat advisory will expire at 8 p.m. I'll talk more in detail about the severe weather tomorrow. Again, likely early and late. The details are coming up later in the show.
If you or someone you know need a place to cool off, multiple municipalities are opening buildings to serve as cooling centers during these warmer weather times. That includes one at Beloit Transit Transfer Center and the city's public library. Madison's public libraries, Middleton's Police and Fire Department, City Hall and Senior Center, and Sun Prairie's Public Library, City Hall and Colonial Club. You can find a larger list of cooling centers by heading to our website, channel3000.com. For 7 months, our investigative team has been asking questions about a mysterious hit and run in Sauk County involving a Sauk Prairie officer's car. For months, the Dane County Sheriff's investigation sat on a special prosecutor's desk. It wasn't until we asked why that charges came. Braden Ross reports.
New Year's Eve, 2022. This white car found 30 feet down an embankment in the village of Prairie du Sac. The driver, gone. Rumors spread through the town and to our newsroom. But for months, the crash has gone unsolved. This week, for the first time, using dozens of pages of records, we're finally piecing together some of what happened that night. It starts at 6 p.m., December 30th. Court records say an unnamed witness went out to drink with her friends. Sometime before 10 o'clock, she sees Sauk Prairie officers Joel Ludowitz and Paul Duman at the Village Pub in Sauk City. 10 o'clock. Ludowitz will later tell investigators this is the last time he saw his white car in his driveway before he thinks it was stolen. But the witness tells investigators Ludowitz drove her home from the bar in a white car around the same time. That car appeared less than 2 hours later, somewhere very different.
According to the crash report, it was just before midnight when the car hopped the curb, blew through a traffic sign and the fence that was here, and landed on the walking path below.
7:50 the next morning, Officer Ludowitz reports his car stolen. At 8:07, a civilian sees the car and calls it in. At 8:11, 2 Sauk Prairie officers arrive on scene. It's Duman and Ludowitz, the two seen together at a pub the night before, and the same officer who owns the car and claims it was stolen. The Dane County Sheriff's Office took over the investigation, and even though both officers left the department following the crash, Sauk Prairie Police never said a word to the public. The sheriff's investigation uncovered critical dashcam footage showing Ludowitz wiping blood away and taking things out of his car when he got to the scene the next morning. But the special prosecutor who got Dane County's investigation in April sat on the records for months. Last week, I asked him why. He didn't answer, but days later, Officer Ludowitz was charged for obstructing the case. In Sauk Prairie, Braden Ross, News 3 investigates.
Shortly after the crash happened, both officers either resigned or retired from the department. Ludowitz is set to appear in court in September. This is a complex story we've been looking into for months now, and we will have much more online at channel3000.com. Meanwhile, a man is dead after a crash on U.S. Highway 18151 in Iowa County this morning. This crash was reported around 11:15 near the intersection of eastbound Highway 15118 and Highway T between Ridgeway and Parneveld. Iowa County sheriffs say a truck rear-ended a semi. The driver of the truck, a 70-year-old man from rural Barneveld, died at the scene. The semi-driver was not hurt. Madison police say they arrested a 15-year-old overnight who was driving a car that had been reported stolen. Police stopped the vehicle in the area of East Washington Avenue and Milwaukee Street around 1:30 this morning. When they tried to pull the vehicle over, the teen sped off. During the pursuit, spike strips were successfully used and the teen was stopped near Stoughton Road. The teen tried to run but was caught and taken to the Juvenile Reception Center. Madison police are asking for information after several people reported hearing gunshots on Madison's north side overnight. Officers were sent to the area near the 500 block of Wheeler Road, north of Northport Drive around 10 o'clock. They reported finding several shell casings in the street at the intersection of Wheeler Road and American Ash Drive. Police did not find any signs of property damage and no injuries were reported. If you have any information, please contact Madison Area Crime Stoppers. In Sun Prairie, investigators say a vessel containing ammonia leaked at a chocolate factory this morning. This happened at Devon's Chocolates in the 1500 block of Claymore Drive just after 5 o'clock. Staff at the factory were evacuated when the leak was discovered. Sun Prairie fire crews were at the scene ventilating a room at the factory. 3 homes in the area also had to be evacuated. No one was injured. The Isthmus Safety Initiative, run by Public Health Madison Dane County, is aiming to create a safer experience for everyone in downtown Madison with its Summer of Safety campaign. The initiative is partnering with the RCC Sexual Violence Resource Center to offer their Safer Bar program for free to downtown businesses. The training is for the staff of businesses that sell alcohol and will be paid for with a federal grant.
I am here to ask that every single establishment in downtown Madison take advantage of this Safer Bar training. It's free, it's straightforward, and it will help any business that's serving alcohol.
The program focuses on proactive communication, de-escalation strategies, and strengthening community connections. Officials believe that if businesses utilize the course, they will help create a better downtown experience for customers and workers alike. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is welcoming in 12 new deputies to the force today. The new members include people brand new to law enforcement to those who have 20-plus years of experience. The new law enforcement officers will go through training at the Law Enforcement Academy and at the Jail Academy.
Their first assignment is typically in the jail, but they do have access to other specialty assignments that are available to them once they're done with their training. Those that are already sworn law enforcement officers or are lateral transfers will go right into the Jail Academy and jump right into the schedule as soon as their jail training is complete.
And the Dane County Sheriff says it's continuing to add to its team. If anyone is interested, go to danesheriff.com or teamdane.com and put in your application. It's one of the hottest days of the year, and luckily for the kids at the All-City Swim Meet, they can jump right into the pool and beat the heat, but it might not be as easy for others. News 3 Now's Jalen Banks has more on how everyone is enjoying the meet while fighting the heat.
Yes, Charlotte, today is certainly one of the hottest days of the year, but the All-City Meet brings in swimmers from all over Madison, ages 4 to 18. This is the first year the meet has been at the Goodman Pool, and the Parks District tells me that more than 2,000 people will be there throughout the weekend. On location, there are mist tents and cooling booths to keep everyone cool. One coach tells me that they keep the swimmers cool when out of the pool. They utilize towels dipped in ice water, misters, and a heavy emphasis on hydration. Despite the heat, one father says that it pales in comparison to seeing his daughter compete.
It's really exciting. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of early mornings, up at 6 to swim at 7 every day, but it's all worthwhile. The camaraderie, cheering on your teammates, it's all a lot of fun.
Ultimate. The all-city swim meet runs through Saturday, and Goodman Pool will be closed to the public until Monday. And in the meantime, kids can still get their swimming in by going to local beaches that will have guards on duty this weekend.
Jalen, thank you. Now, coming up at 6, the latest on gas prices as some families plan for one more summer trip before back to school. Plus, a Wisconsin city up north proposes an interesting way to keep their street lights on. We'll be right back.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God, I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Planning a road trip before school starts? Well, you better plan for higher gas prices. Prices at the pump went up 12 cents in 3 days. According to AAA, the national average for regular gasoline climbed 2 cents to $3.71 a gallon. That is the highest in 8 months. Wisconsin's average is $3.50. The sudden spike is partly due to a jump in oil prices as recession fears fade and OPEC cuts production. Another potential issue, extreme heat. Some refineries, including at least one ExxonMobil facility, have had to undergo maintenance in recent days because of those extreme temperatures. Meanwhile, up north in Marshfield, city leaders are proposing an ordinance that would have property owners paying a monthly fee for public streetlight usage. Currently, streetlight costs for the year total about $250,000. City officials say the purpose of the charge would be to comply with state tax levy limits, emphasizing that residents wouldn't be paying anything more as the street light is already built into their current taxes.
So what we want to do is take it off their taxes, make it a separate charge, and again, hopefully it'll be as fair as possible. We'll be very conscious of the residents compared to the businesses, and make sure that they're not paying more than their fair share.
Residential, industrial, and commercial properties will all be charged differently. The city plans to contract a financial advisor to conduct a study on the city to determine how much to charge based on property type. There's still more ahead on News 3 Now at 6. Coming up, we go beyond the barometer on this year's wildfire season. Hear from a fire ranger on what he thinks about this season compared to the past ones. And could we be seeing some nasty weather tomorrow? Jacob will break it all down in the complete forecast when we come back.
Get up to 56% off list at our huge 56th anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, enter to win a free car. Living rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. 56th anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Are you sure about this?
I got this. I watched the video online. I'm good. I'm good.
I can't help you with that bruised ego, but I can help you replace this roof safely.
Let the experts at Feldco do the heavy lifting this summer with 30% off roofing and siding. Plus, no money down and no interest until 2025.
20% off Feldco roofing and siding ends Monday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Send them back to school in style with Steinhoffels. Shop our back to school sale for trendy and functional furniture. Plus, get great deals on mattresses. Twins start at just $89 and queens start at $129. And take an extra 10% off our already low-priced clearance furniture and mattresses. Make it even easier when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. The back to school sale at Steinhoffels. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Incredible mattress deals. Plus, enter to win a free car at the huge 56th anniversary sale at Slumberland. Up to 56% off list. Amazing deals on mattresses, pillows, sheets, and more at Slumberland. It's a big deal.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
After a fire near Coloma consumed hundreds of acres a couple of weeks ago, experts tell us this wildfire season has been quite uncommon. News 3 Now meteorologist Jacob Montesano went to Coloma last week to survey the damage and when the fire threat could see a reprieve.
Final size was 730 acres, and we were looking at 3 structures lost.
Blackened tree trunks tell the story.
We all shouted with joy when it started raining.
The Pallet Fire in Coloma, just one of hundreds of fires consuming Wisconsin this season. Forest Ranger Mark Deason says this fire isn't even fully out yet as of a few days ago, and recovery will take some time.
A lot of habitat for wildlife has been destroyed and will take time to grow back. We've still been finding some smokes every day.
It'll be a while before it's officially declared out yet.
With severe to extreme drought impacting much of central to southern Wisconsin, I asked, how does this year's wildfire season compare to the norm?
A large fire in July like that is unusual, and I really attribute that to the drought that we're in across the entire state.
The problem has been that fire season just has been a lot longer than normal.
Experts said fire season normally starts around March and finishes near the end of May.
It's going to take a lot of rain, a significant, steady amount of rain to get us to the point where we would normally be this time of year.
But now it's still unclear when it's going to come to a close, leaving staffing across the state still on standby to tamp out the fires as they happen.
We don't see an end in sight.
Some severe weather is on its way heading into the weekend. An alert day has been declared for tomorrow. Let's check back in with Jacob for the complete forecast.
Yeah, we're going to see 2 rounds of severe weather. The first one early in the morning, probably even before sunrise. It will likely be during the overnight hours. But then later in the day, we have a stronger chance for some severe weather. Hail, gusty winds, along with heavy rainfall. An isolated tornado is possible, but unlikely. And this is for really all of southern Wisconsin. So looking at the three things you need to know, I already talked about the storms, but it also is going to be hot again tomorrow until the second round of storms, when things will really cool off as we head into the weekend. And for the most part, the weekend is going to be a lot more comfortable with fairly mild temperatures. The forecast for tomorrow calls for high temperatures near 90 once again, especially for far southern Wisconsin. The central portion of the state, the second round of storms will actually move through before the temperatures really heat up. So the high temperatures for you folks are going to be a lot cooler for tomorrow. And as far as the heat index value goes, it is likely going to rise above 100 before that second round of storms again tomorrow. So especially places to the west of Dane County. There is no heat advisory for tomorrow, but we could see one, especially for places near Iowa and also up to La Crosse. The good news is that it will cool down a lot by the time we get to Saturday. Now, looking at the severe weather outlook for tomorrow, southern Wisconsin, a lot of Iowa. This also includes parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. So we're not the only area that will be dealing with the severe weather tomorrow. So here's a look at future track. The first round of storms, although the heaviest will stay to the north, we could see some pop-up showers and storms kind of between that 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. time frame. And some of these could be severe, but as I mentioned, the second round of storms will be a lot stronger. Northern counties may see the storms linger a bit later into the morning, but by the late morning and early afternoon, we're going to get a break. And then in the early afternoon, we'll see some storms forming to our north and west, and then they'll move across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Heavy rain, hail, and gusty winds, once again, will be the main threats. The time frame for our entire area will be somewhere between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. for the strongest storms. Areas to the north and west will be earlier. Areas to the south and east will be a bit later. By the time we get to around 9 to 10 p.m., most of the severe weather will have ended, but it does look like we could still see some pop-up showers and storms. And then by Saturday morning, it looks like we are going to be dry, maybe a few lingering showers, but not much is going to occur for Saturday. As far as the precipitation forecast goes, because we have 2 rounds of storms, it definitely is possible that we could see over 2 inches of rainfall for some locations. But my guess is around 1 inch to 1.5 inches is a good estimate, considering we are going to see 2 rounds of storms. But like I mentioned, it all depends on where these storms fire up, because some places that could see possibly 2 rounds of storms, 2 rounds of very heavy rain, I should add, could see up to 2 inches. Meanwhile, some areas that maybe missed out on some of the severe weather could see a little bit less. It all depends on where those storms fire. After the storms tomorrow, not only is it going to be dry, but it's also going to be a lot cooler for the weekend and next week with some slight chances of rainfall, but it doesn't look like we will see significant rainfall. So next week will be pretty similar to what we've seen for most of the summer, with dry conditions and near average temperatures.
Badgers answering questions today in Indianapolis for Big Ten Media Day. We hear from some of the players ahead of the much anticipated season.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Get summer savings this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee large eggs, just 79 cents a dozen. Stamilt red cherries, just $1.99 a pound. And Hormel Black Label Bacon, only $2.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
An iconic Madison hotel celebrates its anniversary, and 75 never looked better. Tomorrow, Josh is live at the Edgewater with some great ways you can join the party.
And we will be tracking the potential for severe storms tomorrow. Join us in the morning between 4:30 and 7.
With a new head coach has come a new set of expectations for Wisconsin football. At day 2 of the Big Ten's media days, the Badgers told News 3 Sports the only expectations they're worried about are their own.
When Luke Fickell was hired, there instantly was a bolt of energy within the program. But with that came high expectations. Wisconsin is the favorite to win the West, and with that comes the possibility of playing for a spot in the playoffs. But Wisconsin made one thing clear. They're not interested in your expectations. They have their own.
The most pressure that we have is, put on by ourselves, and the expectation that we want to exceed. All the work that we've put in, it's in the back of our minds, and even we see more so the negative things that people say. I could go on and on about things that people have said about us that we weren't too fond of. So we're just ready to not even prove them wrong, but prove ourselves right.
We try to keep the outside attention to a minimum, focus on our team's goals, our team's aspirations, and I think if we accomplish those goals, I think anything and everything else will take care of itself.
People say what they want to say. If you listen too closely, if you let them tell you how good you are, you'll have to listen when they tell you how bad you are. So just keep our head on screwed straight and get ready for camp.
The journey back to Lucas Oil Stadium begins next week for the Badgers when they kick off fall camp at UW-Platteville, something they're looking forward to. Muma saying the trip reminds him of summer camp, which he loved as a kid. At Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
And the Badgers will kick off the season September 2nd when they take on the Buffalo Bulls at Camp Randall. Kickoff is set for 2:30, and the game will air on Fox Sports 1. The Milwaukee Brewers are making a deal with a divisional rival to boost their offensive firepower. According to multiple reports, the Brewers are acquiring veteran first baseman and designated hitter Carlos Santana from the Pittsburgh Pirates in exchange for minor league shortstop Johnny Saravino. Santana has hit 25 doubles and 12 home runs this year, including a game-ending home run against the Brewers on July 30th. And Jacob is back.
Not sure if it was July 30th because that's this upcoming Monday.
Thank you for the correction.
Or upcoming
June
Sunday.
30th.
But yeah.
Okay. So,
but yes,
how about weather?
Yeah, we're going to see some storms tomorrow. We've been talking about it. There is the alert day around early in the morning, probably before sunrise, and then late in the afternoon and evening. But then after the storms move through, it is going to be drier and a little bit cooler as well, lower 80s, then mid-80s for the middle of the week with some slight chances of rain. But as I mentioned a moment ago, next week is going to be like it has been for most of the summer with near average temperatures and dry conditions.
All right, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.